I'm frequently asked what people can do to become a better sustainability consultant, and this series of videos answers that question. In this first part, we're going to talk about understanding your client's industry. I think it's a critical aspect that too many sustainability consultants forget about. They really focus just on the sustainability piece of it and don't really think about what's unique about the industry your client is in. So what are specific things that you would need to know? First, you need to know about the industry cycles. Are they in a commodity cycle where it's very boom or bust? Are they in a growth area, new technology, for example? Or are they in a struggling area that is declining over the long term, like brick and mortar retail? These are critical issues to know because it will tell you about their budgeting cycle, the types of pressure they're facing, and the type of planning that they need to do over a series of years. The second part you need to know is about risks and liabilities. This is about the type of pressures that your company's legal team and top executives are thinking about. So in some areas, in some industries, they may have a lot of environmental liabilities, things like Superfund sites or contaminated land that needs to be cleaned up over a series of years, potentially costing millions of dollars. You may have other areas where they've got a lot of social liabilities or social risk. Things, for example, like union relations can be something that in the industry is a big deal. And in other industries may not be much of an issue at all. Understanding the types of pressures, types of liabilities, and types of risk common in the industry is going to make you savvier at making recommendations. The third part is understanding the supply chain. What does the supply chain look like for your client's industry? Are they at the beginning of the supply chain, closer to the natural resource extraction or agriculture? Are they on the other end, where they're the ones selling directly to consumers or to other businesses? At some point, understanding where they are in the supply chain and what that supply chain looks like is going to be helpful in terms of thinking more holistically about sustainability impacts and opportunities. So where can you find this kind of information? There's really three main places. The first one is industry trade magazines and websites. There are tons of free resources. Just go to Google and start looking at the mining industry, trends in the mining industry 2018, or things like that. You can get a lot of really good insight, not necessarily related to sustainability, but sort of that one step back. You may also find it helpful to look at specific companies' annual reports and SEC filings. Even if your client isn't publicly traded, there very likely is a big player in the industry that is, and there's probably a handful of big players in the industry. Go to their websites, look at their annual filings. Because the SEC filings are pretty standardized, they will have common areas talking about liabilities and risks. They will have sort of a market overview where they talk about where the overall market is headed and where they think it's going in the future. So that can be really great sort of background information to frame and contextualize your consulting. And the third is conferences. Industry groups have conferences all the time. Get yourself an invite. Go meet some of the main players, hear what they are talking about when they talk to each other. I think you'll find that you get a lot of really valuable information. And that is one way to become a better sustainability consultant.